All right, everybody, welcome to volume day 22. We have legs coming at us today. Our volume is going to be a little bit funky because we are starting our first round with isometric holds. So we will have time under tension and an isometric flexion and hold for 30 seconds, 10 seconds of transition. So technically very low volume, but it will burn because we'll be holding for those 30 seconds. We're going to go run one round of that, and then we're going to follow that up with another round, the same exercises, but instead of isometric flexion, we will be working through moving repetitions. And then we will move into our cardiovascular set, still getting into the legs, and you'll need a jump rope for that. So I have a jump rope, I have a single 15-pound dumbbell, and I have a 20-kilogram kettlebell, and a timer, and a mat. All right, let's go ahead and get some warm-up going on. Stand at the back of your mat. Bend into your knees pretty good already or at this point, and just reach down toward the toes, sticking your hips back behind. Bend into the knees and then shift your hips left and right. So just kind of let them rock back and forth. Get some flexion into your core. Slide your shoulder blades down as always. All right, and then grab something to bring the floor up to you or plant your hands on your mat and just extend the legs straight up. Back down into that little squat. Legs straight up, back down into the squat, straight up. And then slowly start getting those hips a little lower. If your heels come up off the ground, that's fine. Mine are for sure for now. Gonna get some space into those hips. Stretch into the hamstrings, but kind of bobbing back and forth, not really holding anything too awfully long. Dynamic warm-ups. We're not holding stretches, which has been shown to be counterproductive before your workout. You should hold your stretches after, so everything else is moving. Just kind of gently easing yourself into movement and into the work. All right, last one. Shoot those hips up, walk your hands forward. We're going to take our downward facing dog. And let's pedal those feet. Slide your chest back toward your thighs. Grab deep into the abdomen. Hold that flexion through the back as opposed to in the neck. Hollow out your armpits. Find your pelvic floor muscles. Find the core. Push into your thumb and first finger. And then plant onto your left foot and lift and lower the right leg. We'll go 5. We're in control. We're not swinging it around. We're lifting and lowering. 4. Check in with all your flexions. You need to be holding. 3. 2. Flex your foot. Lift straight up. And 1. Other side. Lift and lower that left leg. 1. You feel that stretch through the right side as you're lifting and lowering on the left. Keep pushing evenly through both arms, pressing the chest back toward the thighs. Last one. All right. Big toes together, knees super wide. Hinge your hips back, and then let them shift side to side again. Tucking your toes so that the tops of your feet are flat on the ground. All right, I'm going to take us through our set because we only have those 10 seconds of transition, so feel free to run through it with me. It's going to go just quick. I'm going to explain, and then we will get going. All right, so our first exercise is going to be a forearm plank with a held leg extension. So we're just going to lift and hold one leg. We're going to try to find glute and hamstring along with that core. So we're going to be holding both sides 30 seconds. Next up, and this will be a quick transition, we're going to grab that kettlebell and we're going to do a goblet squat hold. So you're going to squat down and then we're going to hold. You want to find flexion and tension for that full 30 seconds. Next up, we're going to do a crescent lunge hold. Everything will be a hold this first round. So you're going to bring the arms straight up, holding your dumbbell straight up overhead, finding your low squat, tucking the hips. Your back knee is slightly bent to try to get the thighs close to the ground, and that back hip flexor tucked under and open. 30 seconds each side. Then we're going to go tippy toe chair pose. Bring the arms straight up. If you want to hold your dumbbell again, feel free. I'm going to stay body weight, just staying on the toes. Next up, we'll do a single leg deadlift. Hold. So we're going to find that hinge, flexion, stance, and we're going to be holding for our 30 seconds each side. Then we're going to do a side plank with a leg extension here, holding that for 30, both sides. And then we'll finish off with a spider lunge. So we'll lunge over, pull the toe up on the one side, staying somewhat high. And again, we're finding as much flexion as we can through all the muscles of the legs. Isometric means self-flexion, hugging muscle to bone as much as possible. You should build quite a lot of heat, a lot more core is involved with these sets as well. All right, ready, set, plank, and go. All right, so lift and hold that one leg. We have a lot of core going on here, of course, but our focus is in that leg that's lifted through the glute and hamstring, and then the quad and inner thigh, the adductor of the leg on the ground. Keeping those hips level, stable. All right, hold your front plank if you'd like, or take a break. And then in a second, we'll be shifting to our other leg. All right, lift that other leg. Remember, only 10 seconds of transition. Isometric flexions also give us the ability and the time, the space to focus on the breath. Feel those glutes, feel those hamstrings. Locked, loaded, flexed, time. Okay, come up quick, grab your kettlebell, and then we're going to sink into our squat and hold. 30 seconds. Sit back on the heels. Flex into the thighs. Strong, strong, strong quads, strong, strong, strong hamstrings, glutes, core, upper back. Ooh, tougher than I would have imagined. Time. Whew. Crescent lunge is next. Grab your dumbbell. One leg forward, one leg back. Shoot those arms up overhead. Slide the shoulder blades down. Pull the front heel back and the back toes forward. Square off the hips. Push up through those shoulder blades. Lock the thighs. Build heat through the legs. Think about what's going on. Give purpose and time. Whee! Set up on the other side. 3, 2, and 1. Get nice and deep on that front thigh. You should be able to see your big toe right inside the knee. Make sure the pelvis is leveled off and squared off. Find that flexion and traction between the front heel, your back toe. It's like you're trying to squeeze your mat together. All right, get rid of your weight a second. And we're going to go our chair pose. You can hold chair or get up on your tippy toes and sink deep. I usually get a pretty solid shake going here in my legs. So join me. It's all good. Find your flexion. Find your inner strength. Time. Whew. All right. Single leg deadlift. You can hold your weight with both arms or with one arm. Trying to get those hips leveled off. Your back leg should be straight, strong, toe pointed toward the ground. Lengthen your back. Find flexion and balance through the supporting leg. 5 seconds. Oh, time. Oh, pushed it up. Set up on that other side. Lock into that core. Lots of balance. You've got it. Build the legs, build the legs. Isometrics. Don't just settle and rely on your skeletal system to hold the body. You find muscular flexion to support. Try to drop that lifted hip. Drop it. Oh, time. Whee. All right. Side plank. Leg extension. If you need to keep your bottom knee on the ground, that's fine. Push the hips forward. Lock the core. Find flexion. Don't just up and hold. Up and flex. Lock the quads. Find your glutes. Find those obliques. Open your back. All right. We can hang in the middle a few seconds. Why not? Add in and then flip over and hit your other side. Bring your top hip forward. Tendency is going to be to let it rotate back. Bring it forward. Find the legs. Our purpose is to build the legs here still. Time. All right, we'll have our spider lunge, and then we're going to be moving into our moving set. Here we go. Slide over. Sit back and down. Flexion, of course, into the thigh you're sitting on, but also build that straightened leg. Pull the kneecap up toward the hips. Lift up through the chest. Dig in. Flex more. You're trying to root yourself into the ground. You're there. Hit your center. And then we're going to hinge to the other side. And here we go. Pull your toe up. Flex in. Knee widens out with the toes. Flex in, flex in. Find your breath. Whatever little adjustments you can make. Get it just a little deeper. Time. Okay, we're going to go back to the ground in our plank pose. This time we're going to lift and lower that back extended leg. Your hips stay still and leveled off. Point your toe in just slightly so that you're not opening through your hip joint. Get your glute, get your hamstring, of course your core. Hold your plank or take a break. You got it. Other side. We're still holding flexion, even through the movement. Sometimes you'll lose your low back if you're too worried about how high you kick the leg. So don't worry about your height. Worry about tucking in through that tailbone, flexing into the glutes. Time. Okay, up into our goblet squat. This time we get to move up and down. Knees and toes line up. Sit those hips back and down. Feel those glutes push you to the top. Push evenly through those legs. Time. All right. One dumbbell. Find your crescent lunge. This time, once you drop in, we're going to drop the knee and straighten. Drop the knee and straighten. Everything else holds. Find that thigh, front thigh. Relax your neck. Engage your back. Engage your core. Tuck your tailbone under. Time. Whew. Three, two, and one. Not moving up and down much. Front leg stays pretty still. Come on, push into that burn. Time. Oi. All right, this time for chair. We're going to drop all the way onto the knees and then push all the way up. You can find your range. This doesn't work for you. So you're going to drive all the way up and back. Up on those toes, down, and then push up. Watch your knees. Find them staying straight on with your toes. All right, that was kind of a nice little break. Single leg deadlift. Moving this time up and down. Find that same flexion through that front supporting leg. Try to drop the hip on your lifted side. Trying to keep those hips as level as possible. Push up through your glute. Lengthen through the back. Find your core. Switch. 3, 2, and here we go. Make sure that everything moves together. So your upper body and lower body do not move independent of each other. Oh, 3 seconds. Time. All right. Side plank with our leg extension. Whew. I'm going to start on my second side this time. Lift and lower through the top leg. If you need to hold it up and just build that isometric flexion, that's fine. Time. Other side. 3, 2, and 1. Second side's going to definitely burn a little more. Mentally connect. Three, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to lunge in and out of that spider lunge. Set up that wide stance. Over, press up. Over, press up. Flex into both legs. Feel the leg that you're bending into screw itself into the ground. Flex into the inner thigh on your straightened leg. Use what you built through your isometric set, right? So isometrics teach us to keep our flexions even while we're working up and down. There's no break point. You're always flexed. Set into it. Push out of that heel. Time. Okay. Clear your space. We are going to be going into jumping rope and bodyweight squats. So we're going to have 2 minutes of jump rope, followed up by 1 minute of air squats. So 3-minute round. I have 3 rounds written down. Let's go for 3 rounds. Why not? All right. Ready, set, and go. 2 minutes. We won't worry about transition time. So we'll get all three rounds. Our goal here is to get that heart rate up a little more. Still getting those legs, especially your calves. – 123 in, a little over 30 to go. So intervals, 5 seconds, pushing the heart rate up, time, and then letting it drop back. So just settle, stretch, or hit up bodyweight squats. Might as well. Keep in mind, so I have to keep in mind. I want to let my heart rate settle though, a bit. halfway. Are you still flexing those thighs, the core, upper back? Keep working those isometrics. 3, 2, and 1. Back to our jump rope. 2 minutes. Oh, 45 seconds left. $30 to go. Ah! All right, time to slow down, I guess. Maybe not. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. Phew. Maybe stretch your forearms. Gotta figure out how to keep it a little less in my forearms. Fine. That's where I get tired and then sloppy. Along with my heart rate. Our last set will count. Check in with our heart rate, what we got it up to. Sit it back. Come on. Sit the hips back. 10 seconds. Okay, grab your rope. Last 2 minutes. Double check your core, your chest, your pelvis. Trying to stay loose through those wrists, shoulders, and arms. You're training the bottoms of your feet. Try to utilize your calves. Let those arches support. As I keep screwing up myself, we're all in it together. Your jump rope starts beating you up. Just pretend. 30 seconds to go. Wait, am I right? 3, 6, 7, 8, yeah. 10 seconds. Come on. Time. All right, find your heart rate. Start. Time. All right, much lower than when I hit up burpees or mountain climbers. Alrighty, well done everybody. We are gonna lie on our back, get a nice solid stretch. So lie all the way down, extend your left leg long, hug your right knee in as tight as you can toward the midline. Feel your hip flexor grabbed in there. Settle your breath a little more. Push your knee over to the left. Right knee to the left. Gently just place your left hand on your leg. Add a little pressure. Work into the twist on your right arm. Stay here for 2 breaths. And then extend that leg straight. You can hold on to it or just let it rest on the ground. Ooh. Get behind your knee. You'll get into your hamstring and you'll get through the calf, really wherever you need it. IT band, your low back, chest and shoulder on your extended side. Try flexing your foot, straightening your leg just a little more. In fact, if you're able to grab the toe, try that. Pull the toe up towards your shoulder. Don't worry if you're not here and you need to keep your legs bent. That's fine. All right, go ahead and bend your knee. Bring it back in, extend it long. We're going to go ahead and hit up the same sequence on the other side. Tuck your left knee in and then pull it toward the midline. Get into that hip flexor. Good job, everybody. That iso round was definitely a really awesome warm-up. Got me very... Okay, push your knee all the way over. Extend the left arm out. Definitely got me pre-fatigued for the moving round. Something every day. These 30 minutes are great to keep developing strength, conditioning muscle, but add into it. You need more. Try to figure out how to recreate a lifestyle. Okay, straighten that leg. Same thing as the other side. Recreate a lifestyle that facilitates movement, more activity, function throughout the day. Takes work to add it in if it's not already a part of your life. It means changing priorities, letting something else go or something else slide. So you have to kind of decide where else you can cut back. It has to replace something. TV, sleep, makeup, hair. Ooh. Checking the sports. Roll back in. Cross your ankle over your opposite knee. Interlace your hands behind the thigh. Flex both feet. Pull into your chest. Maybe not checking the news. as often or scrolling your Instagram feed. If you kind of play around with journaling and checking in where you spend the majority of your time or what you do, you might find that if you're just a little bit more efficient and aware, you can sneak in an extra hour per day without missing out on sleep. Okay, switch to the other side without missing out on time with friends or family. Maybe you didn't realize how much time you spent on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Or how much time you spend shopping in your fridge or pantry. All right, plant your left foot on the ground. Lift your right leg, straighten it out. It may not be as far back as mine is, but the goal is to get it straight and to feel the hamstring stretch. So if that means that you're way out here and you're just locking behind the leg, that's fine. But you need to have some tension on the leg. You need to feel some stretch. You can use the wall. You can use a strap or a band or a sock around your foot. All right, and then the other side, straighten that left leg up, push the knee away from you, find that hamstring, stretch it out. If you find that lack of motivation is maybe an issue, figure out what types of things you enjoy doing or what types of things facilitate you to be better at what you enjoy doing. Do you like to dance? Maybe hitting up some more cardio days, jumpy days. And core will help facilitate a more fun dance. Maybe you like to ride bikes, hike, golf, whatever it is. Maybe you'll be motivated if whatever your workouts are help facilitate feeling better and doing better in those things you love to do. All right, let's get our hip flexors and then we're going to call it a day. So take that left leg back or whichever leg you chose and feel free to shift around, find the opening, find that stretch and pull in the hip where you want it, where it feels good for you and your hip. You sit much, these get very tight. All right, and then let's switch to the other side. Drop in. Good. Pull. Remember, feel free to shift around. Get the pull where you want it. Oh, nice work. All right, fantastic job. I will see you again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.